last episode, we talked with Jack Wildman about the devastating crash on the interstate involving Taurus number 1 and their hauler. We're going to talk with him now about the rebuilding of Taurus number 2.
Pretty devastating to us. Of course, we didn't make the Orange Bowl show.
Mm-hmm. Now, how long were you out for? How long did it take to rebuild the new truck then?
Well, actually, I got home and I think we ended up putting it together in about 3 or 4 weeks. Another one, matter of fact, Dave Cook, that's where we got to be really uptight. We was pretty good friends before, but he called me on the phone and he says he needs some help, you know, and I really didn't have no money to pay him. He said, "You're always helping everybody else, so it's time you got some help." So he come down and spent the whole time from start to finish. And I'm trying to think of the promoter that went in Pontiac Silverdome, Dean something. You remember that?
Boy, I don't know.
But anyway, he called me and he wanted something different. And of course, the thing that I was doing different from everyone else is the bus crush. So he offered me some real good money to get the truck ready to come down to Pontiac Silverdome. Matter of fact, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the video of Pontiac Silverdome. Actually, that was the best pull that I ever made with all the big tires on it, and it, you know, it held the wheels up for 200 foot or better to the end, and held them up really nice. And of course, the bus crush was good too. Yeah. So it all worked out good. No. I mean, but he speeded us up on getting the truck ready.
Now, talking about that bus crush, we've got some pictures we're going to share of the first bus crush, which was with Barefoot. It was before you turned it into Taurus.
That's
and
correct.
It was in Fred's front yard.
That's correct.
Talk a little bit about that, because that's a fascinating thing too. That was something Fred wasn't really interested in, and
no, he wasn't. And actually, how that come about, of course, you know, at that time, I had a 4-wheel drive store and stuff, and we go to SEMA. And of course, at SEMA, you know, everybody's at SEMA out in Vegas. And of course, Larry Lee with 4-Wheeler Magazine, you know, he had done several articles on us. But anyway, we're walking around out in the parking lot, and he just made the comment that it'd be pretty neat if we drove our buses. There were some tour buses and things there, you know. And anyway, it stuck in my head. And after SEMA, and I went home, I said something to Fred, and we set some buses up in the front yard of his house, and started playing with it. Of course, we found out a lot of things when we first started doing it. We couldn't get up on them because, you know, they're just too tight. We had 2 real good buses to start with. Matter of fact, I'm sure you've seen videos where I couldn't get up on them in his front yard, and we went up the side, and we just goofed around. I finally, eventually did get up on them, and of course, you know, the way that you kind of had to do it, because there's a lot of preparation when I do the stadium events, because just a good raw bus, you couldn't climb it.
Okay.
The brace is too stout, so you got to whack the braces.
Okay.
And of course, in whacking them braces, I also learned when I get in there with a torch and cut them that they was galvanized. And sometimes I would get so sick that I wouldn't know if I could make the show or not.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the fumes from the galvanizing.
I'd really be sick. But I'd make them all.
Yeah. On our next episode, we'll spend more time with Jack and Marianne Wildman. All you monster truck fans that love Cliff Starbird and his monster vet and all of his cool creations, this was his first custom he built just out of high school, and he used to drive this thing everywhere. This thing is pretty wild with the blue bubble tops and everything. Pretty cool. Hey, we're here with the legendary Cliff Starbird. Everybody out there remembers him from Frankenstein and Monster Vet. Now he's kind of taken the reins from his father, and he's helping out with the big car show here in Tulsa. It's the 55th year. You've been here every year of your life, I'm sure, haven't you?
Every year, yep. The
So-
only time I never missed one of these shows at all. See, when I used to run trucks, I still made it this show.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That
I
was
mean,
a long time
this
ago
thing
when I
is
ran trucks.
it's an awesome show. Tell us about you're working on the Monster Vet.
Yes, I actually am. I've got it all torn apart right now. It's been sitting outside down at Dad's museum for the last, since 1990, I guess, when I parked out there. And I just last year got it all tore down, get the drum redone, and hopefully by the end of this year I'll have it back going.
Man, that'll be awesome. You know, everybody out there's kind of, you know, we really haven't seen you around much. You know, you kind of been hiding out. Tell us kind of what you do now.
Well, I've owned a bar for 30-some years there in my little town, Derby, and then I still work on custom cars. That was always my love, custom cars and stuff like that. So I've been working on them, and I do this one car show right here in Tulsa every year, so that keeps you pretty busy for a couple months of the year.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, I'm trying to enjoy it. I'm trying to slow down life. I'm getting
Trying to
a little
slow
old.
down? You can't slow down. But, well, we wanted to make sure everybody out there seen Cliff. It's been years since a lot of you seen him, and it's been a great weekend. We really had a lot of fun down here.
It's been great seeing you again. It's been a long time since seeing you, so that was great.
All right, thank you. Also on our next episode, we'll spend more time at the Daryl Starbird Rod and Custom Car Show in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I'm not riding with the sons of perdition. Oh Lord, save my soul. I'm not riding with the sons of perdition. It ain't about superstition. I'm not riding with the sons of perdition.
Hey, we're here with the Count. We got to see him rock tonight. He's got an awesome rock band. He did a lot of cool songs and a lot of originals too.
Amen, brother, man. We had an absolute blast tonight, man. We're here at the Starbird Show. We absolutely had a great time. And if you're into monster trucks, this is the cat you need to talk to right here. Trust me on that. Trust me. And if you're into good hair too, this is the guy you need to talk to right here, man.